here we have a Ducati Panigale V2 that you guys have been requesting non-stop. It belongs to my friend Calvin. Now, I want to give you guys my first impression of this bike, but I've already ridden it in LA. And I've owned the 899, 1299S, and a Panigale V4S prior. So instead of me doing it, I got my buddy Storm 6R, aka Stormy Daniels, to give you guys his first impressions of the Ducati Panigale V2. Welcome to Adobo Moto.
Let's not talk about it. It did not happen.
It's like a perfect blend of 1000cc and Gixxer 750, right? In 2011, Ducati introduced the 1199 Panigale. At the heart of the Panigale was the Ducati Super Quadro. It's the new motor that replaced the Testa Stretta, which was in like the 1198s, 1098s, 998s. Anyway, this was new for Ducati. What was significant about the Super Quadro was not really the engine itself, although it was pretty dope. The significant thing about the Super Quadro was the frame. They actually got rid of the tubular trellis frame that was present in all the Ducatis prior. So all the current Panigales are just a series of subframes bolted to the engine. Even things like the kickstand and the rear sets are all bolted to the engine. This bike really has no frame. Now, along with the 1199 came the 899, which was like the equivalent of a 600cc version of the 1199. And over the years, it evolved into the 959 and now the Panigale V2. Now, here's why I believe the Panigale V2 killed the Yamaha R6. Yamaha has been a dominant force in world supersport racing since 2017. In fact, they've won every single world championship from 2017 to 2022. And what's significant about 2021 to 2022, FIM, basically the bosses of world superbike racing, introduced a new set of rules to allow bikes like the Ducati Panigale V2 to be able to compete. They called it the Super Sport Next Generation. Now, because this bike is 150 horsepower, it wouldn't be fair to bikes like the Yamaha R6. So one of the things that they did was limit the bike's RPMs. I think it was 11,000 RPMs for this specific bike. So the 2022 World Supersport Championship ends, Yamaha takes another W, but that same year, Ducati enters the ring with the Panigale V2. And they fucking won. The Ducati Panigale V2 was piloted by none other than Nicolo Bulliga. Cool helmet, bro. And of course, the team to help him win it was Ducati's Aruba.it. Yeah, I don't know how to say that. Is it Aruba.it or Aruba.it? You know what I mean. Anyway, let's let Storm and Nate ride this bike because they're super excited. So, if you guys don't know, Stormy Daniels, aka Storm 6R, actually rides a ZX6R. Tell us about your ZX6R.
Crashed my 750, looking for a new bike. I did want a 1000, but I wasn't able to get a 1000, so I was looking at the new 2024 ZX6R. I love the bike. It's amazing. There's really not much to not like about it, but before I was looking at this, and now here we are.
So, a lot of you guys may not be familiar with the Ducati Panigale 959, but let me explain. This is actually a 959 engine. It's the same exact engine as before. They made this look like the Panigale V4 by adding the fairings that are similar to the Panigale V4. It has the headlights in here that are connected to the ram air. It has the same side fairings as the Panigale V4. The tank looks like a carryover from the 1299, the 1199, 899, and the 959. If you've ever owned a Ducati 899 or a 959, you know that it has a double-sided swing arm. When they went to the V2, they added single-sided swing arm. So before I go on any ride, I make sure to grab my Eargasm earplugs. These are the Pride Edition, as you can tell. They come with a little carry case, check that out. There's also a lanyard sold separately, and this is how I store it, right in between my visor. Whether I'm at the track or in the canyons, I try not to leave without my Eargasm earplugs. Because if you didn't know, one of the main causes of tinnitus when riding motorcycles is not just the noise of the bike or the exhaust, it's also the wind noise. I mean, think about it. When you're wearing your helmet, it's like having a cup around your ears, along with the materials of the helmet. It's literally like being inside a wind tunnel. So make sure you protect your ears with Eargasm. Use code ADOBOGASM for a discount.
All right, guys. Well, here I am again, riding Adobo's Ducati. This is not... Jesus, bro. The engine brake on this is insane. Yeah, this bike feels wild, bro. The reason why it feels different from mine is because... Oh, fuck. God damn it. I really just installed. There's no way. All right. Let's not talk about it. It did not happen. Oh shit, bro. I knew I should have got this bike, bro. Something was telling me, yo, get the V2. But no, I was in too much of a goddamn rush to get a bike, so I said, F it. Dude, you really gotta give this thing fucking gas, though. Yeah, this bike is fucking nice as shit, dude. What the? Sorry, the Adobo Moto fans. I know you guys aren't used to a lot of screaming, but a lot of screaming in this. The booty exhaust pipe being under the ass, my whole right ass cheek is fucking warm, dude. Bro, this bike feels fucking weird, bro. I feel so stiff on this fucking thing. God. Oh, hey. Oh, shit. God damn. Ah! Fuck, this bike is hot, dude. First off, I just want to say thank you to Adobo for just giving me opportunities to ride different bikes, dude. It really gives me a chance to like experience new shit and figure out, okay, is this the bike that I want to get next time? The steering is a little bit stiff. I don't know if it's because of the steering damper. I'm pretty sure it's because of that, because I don't have one on mine. I don't know, maybe I'm tweaking.
So Stormy Daniels just got done riding the Panigale V2. Let's hear what he thinks.
First off, like the bike, the exhaust under the seat, I kind of don't like it. My whole like right thigh is like sweaty.
It's hot?
And don't like, I don't want to get too detailed into like my balls, but everything under there is sweaty. I'm not too familiar with bikes. I don't know if it's because of the clutch lever. It was definitely like hard to get the bike to like start rolling off of a red light. So other than that though, I like the bike.
Have you ever ridden a Ducati before?
Never. Is that a Ducati thing?
So it's actually a hydraulic clutch.
Oh.
That might be the reason you're having trouble.
Definitely did not stall either. I was just taking my time.
What did you like about it?
The power is definitely there. It's way more than that. I could tell you that much for sure.
Do you think you made the right choice? GX6R, the Ducati V2?
Honestly, no. Honestly, no.
Really?
I definitely wish I got this. I think I even said it too. I was like, yeah, I feel like I should have got this instead.
What made you get the ZX6R in the first place?
I jumped too quick. I was like in such of a rush to get a new bike. I was like, let's just get this. But this is fucking amazing. Yeah. I like this a lot.
Okay, so we just got Stormy Daniels' opinion. It's a very opinionated. He's a very opinionated and very charismatic moto vlogger. If you guys aren't following him, follow him on Storm6R. That's his YouTube channel.
Also on Instagram.
But right now, I got my homie, Nasty Nate. He is actually looking to upgrade from an R7 to this exact motorcycle.
Part of the thoughts are that technically it's just as much power as a liter bike without fully being just a liter bike. I think it's about 50 cc's off of being 1,000, but it doesn't make much of a difference. From doing my research, at least, it gets up to somewhere around 168. 20 miles off from pretty much max speed of all bikes, which I don't really care about. I care about how it rides and smooth, like how smooth it is, how light and nimble it is coming from the R7. That's why I was looking into the Panigale V2, because it's just as light as any other two-cylinder bike out there. Yeah. But with the difference in the displacement. So it's significantly more powerful than the rest. Part of it is like, I want to know how this acts. I've ridden the V4S, I think.
Yeah.
And it was great. So if it's anything like that, I see nothing wrong with it. It has all the power, significantly cheaper from a V4S. So it's kind of like best of both worlds. Not nearly as expensive. You can find them on the used market pretty fairly well, and just as much power, if not more usable power on the streets.
In other words, he wants a Gixxer 750 without it being a Gixxer. Let's go.
But so far, the way the body position feels on here is nice. Of course, my calf is getting heated, but that's kind of what to expect, especially if you have your leg close to it. It's a little hot, but if you don't, it's not that bad. So on turns and stuff like that, you can feel the bike wanting to upright itself. This thing fucking boogies. Woo! Which is really nice. It's extremely nimble. One of the really good things about the fact that this thing is so damn nimble is with all this power, so it feels just like a liter bike. Is it the liter bike? The fact that it has the 950 something cc's, I don't really think so. I think it's more or less the fact that it has the actual, like the weight of something significantly less powerful than what it is. It's just so weird to think that a two-cylinder puts out this much power. I don't know the whole science behind it, but it's pretty nice. But I could definitely say the body position feels very similar to my bike, which means it's that super sport position. Feels like a liter bike, very comfy. I'm curious as to how the 950 Super Sport feels, because if the 950 Super Sport is anything like this, it'll be a very interesting feel to it. Oh, this thing definitely wants to be lower gears. Some bikes don't mind being in that higher gearing, so say I'm coasting at around 40 miles an hour, it wouldn't mind being in fifth gear. earlier, but this thing definitely feels like, nope, I want to be as on it as I can be, which is interesting. There's a lot of vibration, like right now, like I'm kind of just chilling, and this thing definitely feels like, come on, let's go. And I'm like, since we live in Washington, I feel like this would be a great bike. The hydraulic clutch feels comfy as hell. And this actually gets into neutral. What more is there to like? If I did get this bike, I would definitely be stoked for the winter. I will be nice and relaxed. Not cooked, but definitely not cold. Very nice.
So now that you've ridden it, the ultimate question is, how close are you to buying a Panigale V2 as an upgrade from your R7?
It's pretty high.
Pretty damn
It's pretty damn high. It's pretty damn high.
Oh yeah,
Because
dude.
honestly, like, this thing accelerates like a leader bike. Don't ever get that twisted. This thing pulls, and it's like, okay, cool, but I want the best of both worlds, and this seems to cover both bases. You get that power, you can also ride it slow. Definitely gonna look into maybe a 2020, and if not, maybe one of the 959s.
And if you do get a V2, Nick's gonna give you shit.
Oh yeah,
All day long,
110%. 110%.
If you guys didn't know by now, out of our regular homies, Nate is actually the last one without 1,000 cc. A lot of people complain about the heat on this bike. I guess like it does get hot, especially near your thighs. I don't know, not that hot to me, but it's also not that hot of a day. On long rides, I can see your hands just getting extremely numb. This is just a short ride and I can already feel my hands just getting numb, and I'm holding the grips pretty damn loose. But that's Ducati for you. That's the soul that everybody talks about when you buy a Ducati. At least that's what the Ducatistas will tell you when they're visiting their favorite coffee shops. Do I like it? No, I freaking love it. I love the character of any Ducati. Every Ducati that I've ever owned, it's been, you know what I mean? And if you've never owned a Ducati, you just probably don't understand. Reliability wise, it's a mixed bag, I'll tell you that much. Alright, we're on the freeway. Oh my god, this thing's got ball sack. When you want this to open up, it opens up. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a Ducati. It is a sick ass Ducati. The more I ride this, the more I'm kind of like falling in love with the bike itself. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, at first I did not like it. I honestly didn't see the point in a bike like this. I'm like, why not just get a 1299 or even like an 1199? But the 959 a lot of people love, and I can see why they would like a V2 version of the 959. Single-sided swing arm, the V4 fairings, and in this beautiful white. This bike is such a mixed bag of feelings for me. My first Panigale was the 899. Did I like it? Yeah, it got me into the Panigale. My 1299S, ooh, I love that bike, but I hated street riding it. This bike, I could street ride, but personally, but something like this S1000RR, it's awesome for every day. It's a leader bike. It's awesome for going really, really fast. S1000, I can say for sure, is a really excellent track bike. And I know this is probably an excellent track bike as well, but I guess we'll just have to find out and see when I take it to the track on Monday. It's been about an hour today, and I don't know, man. It's just not a comfortable bike. It's a Panigale. The V4S was not a comfortable bike to ride. The 1299S was not a comfortable bike to ride. But when you open it up, that's kind of where the bike shines. At the start of this ride, I did feel like it is the best of both worlds. You can put around town, all last when you feel like it, but after an hour-ish of sitting in traffic, for a super sport, I'd rather be on the S1000. So right at this moment, I'm just really confused about this Ducati V2. Because after owning an 899, a 1299S, and a V4S, there is absolutely no reason for me to even look at this bike, because it feels exactly like an old Panigale. Now here's my confusion. I thought this was like a Gixxer 750, but when I was at the track and I googled the numbers, this bike has almost 30 more horsepower than the Gixxer 750. It also has a crap ton of torque, but that's mainly due to the 90-degree V-twin that's sitting in the heart of this. This V2 is definitely one of the most difficult bikes I've ever had to review. Again, I was looking at it like a Gixxer 750, but when I finally stopped looking at it like a Gixxer 750, it made a lot of sense. Alright guys, we are gonna go on our very first session with the V2 with some Indian guys.
Good, man.
Hell yeah.
It's actually a Chinese guy, a Saudi guy, and an Indian guy, and a South African. It's like,
Yeah. How did you get bunched up with these idiots?
I realized that you're the fucking Adobo Moto.
I am, yeah? Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Alright, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Let's go. Let's hit it.
Ride's dirty.
Alright, we got the 250s in front of us, and we got a little drizzle going. The brakes on this, they're glazed for sure. But I'm gonna take it easy. Not my bike, Calvin's bike. This will be my first time on the V2 at the ridge, at the track, on a drizzle. Let's go, broods. Oh, these guys got slicks on too? Shit, that means I have no excuse. I got road tires. Also, regular shift on this bike, not GP. I'm gonna take it easy anyway. 2 laps, see how this bike feels. Oh, gas light is on. Woo! My visor is now foggy. The bike is fighting me a little bit. I don't know if the tire pressure is low, but yeah, it's a little hard to flip. Oh gosh, no. Tire pressure is low on this bike for sure. I can feel it. I'm gonna take it easy. It's a little wet too. So after the track day, I actually did check the tire pressure on this, and check this out. The tire pressures were fine. I'm not really sure why when you tip this bike in, it wants to fight you and come back up. Maybe it's just the profile of these 180 Rosso Corsa 2s. As you can see, it's a little bit more rounded. So I'm guessing you just have to fight it a little bit more to get it tipped over, but I couldn't do it. So Calvin, you may want to get a sharper profile tire if you want this to tip in a little bit quicker. Also, while I have you guys here, Brood hoodies are on sale on adobomoto.com. As you can see, it is gloomy in Washington State. It's already been raining all day. Make sure you cop them. We're running out of sizes. One more thing. The key tags are back in stock. These are the Rider 5932 key tags that I made. This number represents the highest number of deaths ever recorded in the US. You can get your Rider 5K key tags on adobomoto.com. On the back side, you can etch somebody's name. This is just a friendly reminder to always ride safe. Because my goal anyway, every time I throw my leg over, is to get back home to my family. Back to the video. And it's windy, my dudes. Here's everything I gotta say about this bike in 1-ish laps. This bike is not a Gixxer 750 as much as I wanna say it is. And it is not 1000cc as much as some people wanna say it is, you know? Oh yeah, tire pressure is low. It's wanting to go back this way. At the same time, this bike, it's like a perfect blend of 1000cc and Gixxer 750, right? Because it's right in between. It sits at the cusp of 750 and 1000cc. Tire pressure is super low. Otherwise, it is an extremely capable motorcycle. When the tire pressure is correct, this thing is light. I mean, even right now, with the low tire pressure, I have no problem really flinging it around. I'm getting confused with GP shit, but you get the gist of this bike. It does everything it's supposed to do, and then some. Woo! I'm in 3rd gear, staying in 3rd. Taking it easy, going up this hill. The upshifts, when you're at the track, and the downshifts, it's perfect, man. It is buttery smooth. Oh, it is coming down. And I think I might cut this one short. One more lap. Woo! 130. You gotta ride this bike a little aggressive. Once you can figure that out, it is a machine, bro, that is meant to go around the track as fast as possible. Side to side, this thing is, whoo, it is pretty freaking awesome. Again, it is raining. Okay. I think I'm done. The tire pressure is just fighting me every corner. When you have low tire pressure, the bike wants to stand up and stay up no matter how hard you try to lean it over. Ducati Panigale V2. Ducati, you did something amazing here, man. You made a bike that is nothing like the rest. Like nothing. I can't think of a bike that is similar to this bike. It's insane. It's light. It's got more power than a 750. And it does the things you want it to do when you have the right tire pressure. Ooh, what a fun little beast, man. So there you go. It's not a Gixxer 750. It's not 1000cc. If you don't look at it like either of those, you'll realize that the Panigale V2 is a super sport that stands on its own. So I guess we really can call it the new generation super sport. Which reminds me, Yamaha is coming out with the R9.